Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some huge Xbox updates that are finally now happening, and I think a lot of people have been asking for this for a very long time. We now have confirmation from Phil Spencer, the CEO, who is kind of basically pushing this really big change up to your Xbox console, where basically you can now have a chance to play any Xbox game you want that you do own. Now, that might be like a really basic, like, duh, but this is more in terms of like streaming, cloud gaming, and hosting any other prior game you've done, and basically allowing it to somewhat have a longevity in the Xbox console too as well. Mainly because we even made a video talking about how the physical Xbox copies are now going away, so now this also might be a nice workaround, so you could basically go and have any type of game you've ever bought or game disc, it's all on your library, you can play it all throughout the future. So we're gonna go talk about this because there actually is quite a big update going on over here, and I think this is something very good, especially for the Xbox ecosystem as a whole. So give me your thoughts and comments throughout the video. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We got that Twitter and Twitch room down below. And of course, we have all the Amazon links, Webull links on if they get a bunch of free stock. And I appreciate y'all for watching here in the first place. So hopefully I try to explain that somewhat good at the intro of the video, but basically Xbox is trying to take away all physical media. They've gotten rid of it in Walmart, Target, Best Buy, all those places. Future Xboxes are now rumored to not have any disk drives too as well, so just pure digital consoles like the Series S, or as well the PlayStation and like Digital Edition. So as we go through all that, that's kind of like rough. Like the whole gaming sphere is changing, games as a whole are changing, physical games are changing too. But the part two of this is that at least now that seems like they're going to be doing an upgrade before all this stuff kind of gets phased out to allow you to go play all of your games on the cloud. Or when will you be able to go play your own Xbox games that you own either from disc editions or prior downloads or whatever via the cloud? And they are now saying as of this year, the Xbox will be getting this major update. And in my opinion, this is almost like a necessity for the console itself. And this is coming over here from Phil Spencer saying, get ready for a big cloud gaming expansion. Now, this makes me happy too, because don't forget, we also do have the rumored Xbox handheld coming in the future, which I do believe would also be very integrated into this and also be very supportive of this too as well. So kind of the high level saying that the Xbox has a cloud gaming service, as I'm sure you guys know, from either Game Pass and as well just general cloud hosting for your games. You could stream the games you have. And then using Xbox Cloud Gaming, you can play a selection of a few hundred Xbox games on any supportive device without even having an Xbox console. So that's kind of where we're seeing those Samsung TVs. We can go and launch your Game Pass. Maybe think for future things for mobile. Maybe even Steam Deck. Whatever it might be, a lot of these various things are able to be ran on your supported device. And that's cool. Like, we like that. So saying for a long time, Microsoft has stated that it wants to bring games you actually own into your service as well, pending negotiations with license holders. So as well, they kind of basically want to bring even more games to this. So when it comes to games, when it comes to cloud, when it comes to everything, this is like good. Like, you basically just can play the games you want. Either it's on like mobile, or it's on your phone, or it's on like an Xbox handheld, or on your TV, whatever. Like, I think for the future, this would be nice. We don't even need to have an Xbox console. You just go have a TV or like a USB stick, like a Fire Stick. This really is, I think, what they want. I think it makes sense. Like, if you have the good internet, you have the 5G for your traveling, you have good Wi-Fi, like, you can play all your stuff you want. So nicely, I think now they're trying to get that next level stuff of any game that you have owned and bought, say from the 360 days or whatever, is on their cloud, and you can go and play and stream it, which I think is awesome. This is like really needed. So chat between Xbox lead Phil Spencer and Xbox user named Nasberg apparently has been verified to be real, suggests that Microsoft is expecting this year to launch the new cloud features, which I think a lot of folks like. Saying Xbox Cloud Gaming is a great service from Microsoft, which I would agree, that gives you hundreds of games to play via the web, Windows PC, Android devices, and some modern TVs, such as those offered by the Samsung as well. So for $15 per month as part of the Game Pass Ultimate, you can choose between a huge amount of games to go and play, and it has been growing these past few years, where there's just huge things. Just in general, it's really nice. So Microsoft is doubtlessly working to respond to the demand by boosting server capacities, and at this point, they want to go make it even better. So apparently now there's been a conversation between Xbox head Phil Spencer and shared by Hazard Gaming on Twitter, offered a timeline for one of the Xbox Cloud Gaming's most demanded features, the ability to go play your own games too as well. Which is kind of funny because, like, this guy is just sending random messages, bro. Like, Which apparently is like actually looting from X. Like, I don't know why of all things, this is like the weirdest and strangest things ever I've ever had a chance to go and see, where it looks like it's a Discord message saying, "Hey Phil Spencer, any word or updates on being able to play my own games on xCloud?" So basically, if I buy this game, like I buy like say Fable or Starfield or whatever it might be, I can go play it on xCloud. And for some reason he responded saying, "Should be this year." Thanks, man. Have a great night, you too. Like, imagine just casually messaging someone on, like, Microsoft, Xbox, Discord, whatever, for a multi-billion-dollar company, a part of the biggest company on the entire planet. And they just go and casually respond saying, "Hey, yo, man, like, yeah, it's coming. Like, I got you, bro." It's like, you too. Like, in my mind, this is probably one of the funniest, strangest things, if it is all true, and apparently people, at least on, like, news articles, so I went to go and check that up, are saying that this is, like, verifiable, it is all true, and it actually did go and happen, which is hilarious that it's now getting all this viral attention, which at the same time is intriguing. Like, it's intriguing because this is, like, a huge, huge announcement that I think other people should be talking about. Like, I'm talking about it myself. Saying, responding to Nasberg as well, and it also has been verified, Spencer replied, "Should be this year," and were questions to the Xbox players with access their own gaming library from the Xbox cloud gaming as a whole, which I still think is very nice. So right now, if a game exists on Xbox Game Pass, you can no longer play it via the cloud, but you have to do it through Game Pass itself, which people obviously find annoying, because what if you don't have a current ongoing Xbox Game Pass subscription, or like what if you just want to play the game offline, or what, like there's like various issues, I'm sure you guys know. So it's doubly annoying when we lose access to the game design with good touch controls, since there aren't a huge amount of games that are super viable to play in smartphones without an attached Xbox controller or the Xbox Cloud Gaming controller accessory. While there's already a great selection of games available in Xbox Cloud Gaming, being able to get a bigger variety too as well of things like turn-based games or like side-scrolling games would also be really nice, and also it isn't responsive apparently as the NVIDIA GeForce Now, which makes people even more kind of skeptical, because like why not use a slightly better streaming service, especially if you're on PC. But a lot of folks want to have this too as well. So a lot of people are saying this is going to be huge. Like, I think this will be cool. And they say, we all know how much Microsoft and CEO Satya Nadella loves cloud services, which is probably going to be the future of online gaming as a whole anyway. Cloud catalysts Microsoft's rise back to the top of the stock market, which has now become turbocharged by the AI craze. AMA have a role to play in improving the responsiveness of cloud gaming video encoding, and right now cloud gaming is incredibly expensive and energy intensive, and in some cases also just commercially not viable because it just costs so much money. So the fact that Microsoft is either trying to make this work, either maybe just assumes there's not going to be like a lot of demand because it's older games, which would maybe make sense, or as well maybe they just have so much extra hosting capabilities already with Microsoft Azure and all their other cloud hosting, which would make a lot of sense. So basically saying Apple and Google actively work to reduce and suppress the ability for Microsoft, NVIDIA, and their partners to monetize. And then regulars have also begun like taking notice too as well for how these are kind of pushing back for this one, where people are just kind of like trying to go and not necessarily allow Microsoft and Amazon have these huge massive monopolies, especially when a lot of things like Apple or Google are basically utilizing cloud servers for like their app stores, or Google for like YouTube, etc. So they basically have to make sure everyone has their own little bit and piece of their cloud servers. But I do think cloud servers are probably going to be one of the most expensive and sought after things in the future as the internet and internet traction keep on growing over time. But this kind of also makes things a little bit more cooler from Xbox, because they're basically giving people all this cloud gaming and hosting for, I don't want to say for free, because it's still a part of your subscription fee. But I still think it's kind of really nice to go and see, because we want them to have this. Like, we want to have Game Pass, we want to have our own games, and especially as I was talking about at the start of the video, if for some odd reason they want to get rid of physical game discs and they want to make it only digital, or they want to have things like these Xbox handheld devices or whatever it might be, we need to go and have it be like accessible. Like, if you want to get rid of physical media, that's fine, but you need to go give us an alternate to make sure our games are going to be safe and our games are going to be better. And I think this is at the end of the day a really big Xbox upgrade, because this just basically, like I said, is allowing folks to have access to their games, which I think is a bare minimum when it comes to gaming as a whole. Plus, as well, if they do want to go push these, like this Xbox handheld, which we've been hearing a lot more rumors on for this year, that's also a big thing to note. Maybe because if we do have these Xbox handhelds, you want to be able to go and play all of your Xbox Series X or 360 or Xbox One games on your handheld and be able to go play it forever. Because if you can't go and physically put a disc into your handheld device, you can't play the game itself, which is why Xbox probably wants to add this. And on top of this too, if you want to have things like, say, Game Pass and streaming, it would just make a lot of sense to be able to go and have everything interchangeable. Your TVs, your phones, your mobile devices, your handheld devices, or just on just general cloud gaming on your old consoles, or even the future consoles. Like, it just makes a lot of sense. So I do think this is going to be a really, really big Xbox upgrade. Probably one of the biggest things we could see this year. And although it may not be huge in terms of like huge AAA exclusive games or whatever it might be, but I do think, at least for the longevity of the consoles, probably be one of the biggest things that we'll possibly see for a very long time, whenever it does come out. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. We have the Twitter and Twitch room down below if you guys want to follow, probably live all throughout tonight. We have the Weeble links too, as well, if you guys want to go check that on out. We also do have all the Amazon links too. And just appreciate you guys all for watching.